Hey, yo. Hey, Earl. What's going on, everybody? Derek here, back again. Welcome back. If you've been before, welcome. If this is your first time, my name is Derek, covering everything wholesaling real estate on the channel, specifically virtually wholesaling real estate. That's what I'm doing here. I currently live in California and I'm sourcing opportunity out in the Houston, Texas market. So if you're out in Houston, either physically or virtually, feel free to drop a comment, reach out to me via Instagram. What's going on? Addo. Check out the links in the description. Best way to get a hold of me is actually going to be the Discord group down there. You got the my Instagram down there as well if you want to shoot me a DM. And then I got a couple of affiliate links down there for you to check out as well. Batch leads and batch skip tracing if that's something that you're interested in and you want to support me and support the channel here. Those are two platforms that I use personally myself as well. So just so you know. Today, what I'm doing is reaching out to some realtors, or that's what I'm doing now, rather. A couple of the subscribers here to the YouTube channel, Jared and Raina. We've been partnering up. What's going on, J Lep? What's going on, Ado? We've been partnering up on some deals here, and so we got two under contract right now. One that you're probably familiar with, the one that was I ran into a little bit of trouble moving, just for some things here and there, small lot size. The tenant ended up being a hoarder. We weren't familiar with that until we got a chance to walk the property. And the tenant's a hassle, so we're kind of just waiting for her to leave since the seller had issued her a 30-day notice. I've gotten offers above and beyond what we have it contracted at. We have it at 85, and I've gotten offers on that at 85 and at 90 from people who I feel to be legitimate buyers. They just want an opportunity to walk the property, and it became problematic. We had walked the property one time, rather twice, once to take pictures, a second for a cash buyer showing, had a couple of cash buyers flake on the showing, so only walked the property with one buyer. That one buyer ended up backing out as well. He was inexperienced. Would have been his first flip. So with that one, still have the contract still pending, and I'm still very confident that we'll be able to at least get a $5,000 assignment to split on that one. But it's just nothing that we can really move forward until the tenant's out of the property. And then once that happens, I can start treating it like a vacant property. Hopefully, be able to throw a lockbox on there if we get the seller's permission, so that I can just start sending people over there at their own convenience, because that happens quite often as well. Now that we're playing this little like two or rather three-man game, or two-man plus one woman game with Jared and Raina, uh, and I'm kind of focusing on the disposition side of things. I'm learning a lot about setting future expectations and um, the convenience of, and I say setting future expectations, one, because of the cash buyer showing. I'm finding that it's pretty important to have at least something scheduled like far in advance with the seller, because that's one of the first few questions that I get asked from legitimate cash buyers is, yeah, this looks good, I'm interested, when can I go look at it? And if we don't already have that kind of confirmed up front, then I'm having to like take notes and then say, I'll get back to you when we get a confirmed time and date. But you got to think about it as well. Just like sellers and how they're on a timeline, if they're distressed enough, like, look, I'm getting foreclosed on and I need to sell this property within the next 2 weeks. It's kind of the same thing with buyers, um, because they only have so much bandwidth. So for somebody who's just starting out, they're probably going to do one flip at a time. For somebody who's a little bit more experienced, they may be handling a handful of flips at a time, but still, at one point, they only have so much bandwidth and they get capped. Like, we can't take on any more flip projects because we don't have the personnel or the money. So it's important I'm finding it's important to have all that information up front. That way you don't end up wasting the buyer's time as well. Because I've had a couple of people say, yeah, I'm on a time crunch. I have cash on hand. I need to invest it. Can I go look at the property? And I'm having to say, oh, no, I'm sorry. We don't have a date and time. So I'm finding that that's important. Anyways, beyond that one, the second property, just locked it up. Jared and Rand just locked it up the other day, and I'm helping dispo it. Started kind of tossing around yesterday. I did more of the easy disposition efforts yesterday. blasted it out through email, posted it to Facebook groups, posted it to Facebook Marketplace, posted it to Craigslist a couple of times. I think that may be it, and then started reaching out to people through Instagram DM. Switched up the avatar or something quick. Geez, good job on getting the offer. Dang, seller I got under contract is super motivated because they don't want to be foreclosed on, and they want me to close on the 25th. And I'm trying so hard right now to find a buyer. Yeah, I feel that. What market are you in again? Uh, you don't remind you're out in Florida, I believe. Uh, if it's shoot, I can take a look. I may be able to help with the dispo efforts. To be quite honest, as long as the numbers are right, it all comes down to your effort, and that's what I'm getting into now. Is yesterday I kind of did the easy peasy lemon squeezy type stuff where Alabama, that's right. um, where I blast it off, and I don't have the luxury of just doing that because I don't have a robust cash buyers list. These pros and these gurus that you hear on YouTube talking about, yeah, I send off a text blast, and then I got people begging for the deal. Not only do they have hot deals, that's for sure, but they have been doing it for so long that their cash buyer database is robust and legitimate, right? So I have like a handful of legitimate buyers who I have pre-qualified, vetted, and know that they will perform. But when at the point in this point in the career that I'm in, I don't have the luxury of just sending off an email blast and having people outbid each other. Because I have like a little over 1,100 emails on my email list. I would probably guess that 50 of them are real active cash buyers. Um, the cash buyers list is actually built up unlike newer people. Right, right. So that's just something to consider. So what it comes down to is the grassroots, you know, sweat equity approach of I try to slide into as many DMs on Facebook as possible. I will go to these groups. I will see people raise their hand on other people's posts and say, yes, I'm buying in this zip code, which is the same zip code that the subject property is in. Yes, I'm buying in this zip code. Please send it. Here's my email. And I'm trying my very best to just reach out to every one of those people individually and say, hey, I saw that you commented on another post looking for a project in this zip code. I actually have something under contract right now that I'm looking to assign in that same zip code. Do you want to take a look? They say, yeah, here's my email. I'll send it over. Um, so they can be confident sending an email blast because they already have customers. Exactly. Exactly. So I do have an A list, buyer list as of right now, and it's comprised of people who have had legitimate conversations with. Um, Obviously, the two buyers who have bought my two deals, they're on my A list. I know they can perform. So I'll anytime something comes up, I'll shoot them a text. Hey, check it out. But then there's also some other buyers who I have sent these opportunities to, and they say, you know what? Looks like a good one. It's just not for me. And then I ask, what is for you? And they say, then they give me it's referred to as a buy box or their buying criteria. I need at least 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The property needs to be, 1950 at the oldest. Um, I need ARV to be over 300,000. They're going to tell you exactly the criteria that they're looking for, so that you don't end up wasting your time and their time on the next deal that comes up, and you just don't blast it out to every single person. So not only do these gurus and these pros have robust cash buyer lists, but they also have it segmented. So they get something in this zip code, it's big enough where they have 20, 30 buyers in this zip code. So they're going to send it to them. Hey, I have something in the zip code that I know that you like investing in. Check it out. So I'm right now. What I'm doing is kind of a derivative or of that, you could say. I bought Flipster yesterday. I'm gonna work on it out all week if I can get something else locked up. Yeah, nice. I haven't really heard too much feedback on Flipster. I considered it in the beginning, but didn't end up pulling the trigger. But let me know. That's interesting. So what I'm doing now is taking again the grassroots approach, but putting in a little bit of sweat equity in order to get in front of more people. And what I am doing is reaching out to agents, reaching out to agents. So what I did on Redfin was I searched the zip code that the property is in. I am looking at properties that are on market for sale right now. And these are the only filters that I have. It's got to be a house, and it's got to be in between 1,000 and 2,250 square feet. Our property is 1,300 something, but it has unpermitted additions in the back that we believe are excluded from that 1,300 square feet. So if you include the unpermitted additions that he made to the back of the house, it may be closer to about 2,000, which is why I have that range there from about 1,000 to 2,250. And then I have the max year built to be 1960. So I want to see all of these flip properties that were built before 1960 and within these footage parameters. And that gives me 34 homes. And I've reached out to a couple of the realtors thus far. I've connected with actually all of them that I reached out to. So I reached out to 5 of them, and I've connected with all of them. One of them just had to call me back. And of the 5, I've sent off 4 emails to the 4 realtors. Of those 4, I would say that like I had a decent conversation with like 2 of them that actually I feel confident that they may have a buyer. So just kind of sent an email off to them. I may follow up with them at some point in time, but I'm just going to go ahead and continue down the line of trying to get in contact with these realtors. So that's what I wanted to do today. Hop on here, start calling some realtors, and hopefully you guys can pick something up. I'm again learning as I go, so I'm just looking for properties that are clearly flip projects. Some of them I'm like can be kind of borderline, and I think that's maybe what happened with the other woman who just called me back. I was like, "Hey, you have any investor clients?" And she's like, "No." It's like, all right. And I think a lot of it comes down to as well as the knowledge and education that a realtor has on wholesaling. So of the quality conversations I've had, the realtors know what I'm doing. They'll say, "Oh, okay, so you're looking to assign it. You're wholesaling it." They say that, and I'm like, "Yeah." And just it's like a breath of fresh air to know that they know what I'm talking about, so that I don't have to like educate or like explain or feel some type of way, to be honest, because it's kind of nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie, calling these realtors. I know other people may hop on here and be like, "Oh, just do it. It's easy." Like that's always what my intention in the channel was to share how my emotions behind all of this. I'm gonna be lying if I said I wasn't nervous calling these people, and but it is reassuring to know that I'm in a position of power with the contract. Hey, do you want it or not? I'm essentially trying to put money in their pocket. So the people who recognize that, and we have quality conversations. I do the same thing. I find a property that's similar in the area and call the agents and ask them if they have any investors, and a lot of them said they're interested and would send my deal around. Yeah, it's better when they know what wholesaling is. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm going to uh, like I said, I've already called 5 of these, so I'm just going down the list, trying to stay a little bit organized so that I don't end up calling the same person or uh, anything like that. So I just take their name and uh, their TREC number, their real estate license number. See, like this guy, I hate to say it, but he looks pretty old. Uh, it makes me wonder if he is going to know what I'm talking about, but I'll give him a call regardless.
Brad Drew speaking.
Hey, Brad, how's it going? This is Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, me and you have actually never spoken before, but I wanted to reach out. I came across a listing of yours over on East 32nd.
Great. Derek, who do you work for?
I work for myself actually, and I wanted to reach out because I am under contract with a homeowner in that same zip code, 77022, and I'm looking to assign my interest to an end buyer. So I wanted to reach out to see if possibly your client who is selling this property or possibly any of your other investor clients may be looking for some more opportunity.
Well, I tell you, I appreciate the phone call. Right now, I don't have anything for you. Are you? I tell you what you might do though. Go ahead and email me everything that has your your information on there.
Sure.
I want to make sure that I have a chance to fully review it.
Okay. Okay.
Review it, and if I have questions and when the opportunity arises, I'll make sure to call you, Derek.
Perfect. I appreciate you taking the call, and I'll send off this email right when we get
Yes,
off the
sir.
phone.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. You as well. So that's what I mean. I don't think you really understood what I was saying. What I'm finding is it's a little offsetting, I'm sure, for these people because I'm calling them on a live listing of theirs. So he got excited, like, hey, I'm calling you about a property that you're trying to sell. I don't want to buy it, you know? So that's another thing. So I'm just taking note of these people's names. I am then some of these, I guess, apparently I'm sending this to some people, and it's going to spam for some people, but I can only do so much. Probably because the link is in there with the pictures. Excuse me. Send it off to him. I've included in here Realtors, add your fee on top. Send it off, and then I just like to follow up with the text saying, hey, Brad, just sent the email over. It should be coming from feel free to pass the opportunity along to any of your investor clients looking for another project. All right. Next, I don't think this one is a flip. Computer's slowing down a bit here. Doesn't look like it. No, this one is being sold as is. So I don't want to contact the realtors who are selling properties as is, but rather I will eventually switch the for sale parameter to sold. And then once I go to the sold properties, then I want to look at the properties that sold as is. And I want to reach out to the agents who represented the buyers, the people who are buying these as is properties. Getting some. Okay, before I call the next, I'm having some conversations go back and forth on Facebook. Um, I have this gentleman, and I said this the other day, but if you're not adding like 100 new cash buyers to your list every property that you get under contract, in my opinion, you're not reaching out to enough people to try to find a buyer. I'm reaching out to all these people, and it's only going to take only one person is going to buy the property, but um, of all the people who I'm starting conversations with and getting their emails, I'm putting them on my list. And I'm putting them on my A list if I have an even more quality conversation with them to be able to determine what their buy box is so that I can reach out with specific opportunities. And for those people I know, again, that I'm a little bit more confident that they will be able to perform. So let me send that off to him. Thanks for reaching out. Of course, I just sent over an email. It should be coming from take a look and let me know if you're interested. Got a couple of admins approved my posts in the groups. Took a little bit longer than 24 hours, which is a little annoying, but it's all good. Again, can't rely on anything. Way to build up your referral network, bro. Many agents find it to be a headache to deal with distressed properties. Yeah, no doubt. Let's see this one. Are you doing a showing and are they rented? See what I mean? Are you doing a showing and are they rented? Yes, they are rented. Yes, it's rented. It is owner occupied and the additional units in back are rented, but the entire property can be delivered vacant. We are coming to we're coming to a lease back agreement with the seller to allow him a few weeks to transition out of the property. We plan to have a showing sometime this weekend. If you want to get out there and walk the property, I can round back once we have a date time confirmed. And then I have a little note, or rather a spreadsheet for myself, with the address, cash buyer inquiries, and I like to take note of everybody who has expressed interest in possibly wanting to walk the property, so that when I do have that information, I have a list of people I can round back to and say, hey, we have the showing confirmed. And then I didn't mention one guy offered 140 earlier. We have it under contract for 120. He offered 140, but he got really turned off once he learned that about the post possession agreement. So with the post possession agreement, I kind of touched on it a second ago, but the seller needs to get paid from the sale of this property in order to pay rent or buy a new place in order to make that transition. So we're coming to an agreement of a post possession agreement. When I had talked with this buyer who offered 140, I was saying, yeah, we're going to hold back. We're going to do an escrow holdback. We're going to hold back 25% of the proceeds. And then once he moves out, we'll go ahead and issue that to him. But he was saying, even that, it's like pretty unattractive. He would rather enter into an agreement with us if the post possession agreement was actually a lease back agreement. So in essence, after we close, we will still pay 75% of the profits or the proceeds rather to the seller. And then he will be the tenant and the buyer will be the landlord. And we come to an agreement on some type of rent rate. In the past, I've never actually closed one like this, but with one that I went under contract with and ended up falling out of contract. Me and the seller had agreed to $50 a day, which is $1,500 a month. And then if they still aren't out after the 30 days passes, then it increases to like $75 a day. So it just incentivizes them. And this is all going to be kind of, to my understanding, drawn down, taken from the 30,000 that's going to be sitting in escrow. Hopefully that makes sense. So what we plan to do is come to an agreement with the seller, say, hey, it's 120,000, right? Purchase price. That's what you're going to get at closing. Of that 120, on the closing date, we're going to pay you 75%. We're going to pay you 90 grand. So there's going to be another 30 grand that's just sitting in escrow until you move out. Once you move out, we'll pay you that. But if it's going to take you 30 days to move out, we want to come to an agreement where you're actually paying rent, right? So $50 a day, let's agree to 30 days. So $1,500 is actually going to be deducted from the 30,000 that would have been paid to you. So now let's say it takes you 30 days to move out and you're out and it's all good. Now instead of paying you the remaining 30,000, we're going to pay you 28,500 because we collected $1,500 in rent. So that's what we're going to try to do. Jared has an appointment tomorrow to walk him through that, get some extra pictures of the additional units that he wasn't unable to, and then schedule a walkthrough for sometime this weekend. But that will be important. The at lease back agreement, because again, we got the guy offering 140 sight unseen. We have it at 120, so we just need to make it a little bit more favorable and attractive to not only him but other buyers who I'm sure are looking at it the same way. So this is a good one to call. Said, okay, sounds good. Let me run numbers and we go from there. Essentially, that means that he's not interested. Unless I hear back. I don't know. I just find that anybody who's has to like either that or he's not very serious. Like people, like what does it matter to him if I'm having a showing if he hasn't even run his numbers yet? Not to say that he's not a legit buyer, but to me, it's just a little weird how his process, if that makes sense. Um, just ends up wasting everybody's time, to be honest. Like I've already spent a couple minutes sending him an email, conversating with the guy, just for him to be like, oh, or just stop, never reply to me again. And then I'm gonna, because I don't have the luxury of just sitting back, I'm gonna round back with him and be like, hey, are you interested? And then he's gonna never reply. But it's all good. It's all good. Let me call Jasmine here.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jasmine?
I'm sorry?
Am I speaking with Jasmine?
No. This is Joe.
Oh, sorry. I was looking to get a hold of Jasmine, a realtor who is representing the seller on a property over on Nayland Street. Do I have the broker here?
Okay, so how can I help you?
Yeah, I was just looking to reach out. My name is Derek again. I'm actually under contract with a homeowner in the area, and I'm looking to assign my interest in that contract and buyer. I came across this listing here, so I figured I'd reach out to see if whoever did this project here is possibly looking for another opportunity, or if you happen to know any other investor clients that may be in the search for another project.
Okay, so she's not here right now, and call maybe in the morning.
Okay.
Morning, that'll be good.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it.
What is the property that you're referring to?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is yeah, the one that I'm looking to assign my interest in. The listing that I see that she's representing is 50 Nayland Street, I believe is how you say it. Neyland.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so that's fine. Just call in the morning, and then if she's here, then she'll talk to you. Okay?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank
Bye
you,
now.
dear. Bye bye.
Yo, let's get it. What's going on, Stefan? Um I don't really know who I was even just talking to right there, but that's all good too. Uh Next. Doesn't look like this one's a flip, but it's really nice. And it doesn't look like a flip because it has a bunch of junk in it. Oh no, it's not even really nice to be honest. Like pass inspection and all that good stuff, but you can just tell that these pictures were taken with like those lo-fi filters. It's like it looks like a cartoon, and there's so much junk in here. I'm not gonna bother reaching out to that realtor. Uh, there's another. Again, I'm just looking for the flip properties because the likelihood of the realtor being connected with an investor, a fix and flipper, if they are representing a flipper on a property that they just sold, in all likelihood, it's probably some type of an exclusive agreement. Like this realtor lists all of these investors' projects that once they're done renovating them. What is this? Largest lots. Okay, this is just a lot, I think. Yeah. Well, maybe. Next, this one's a little bit further out of the way, but it's all good. Um, I ran my search for by zip code. It's probably like a mile away, but same zip code. Typically, what I'm finding is a lot of investors kind of segment their buying criteria by zip code. If they're even getting that specific with it, some people will just like, yeah, anything on the west end, anything in you know uh, Fort Bend County. So here's another good one. This brokerage, the Seago, seems like they represent, but I had just spoken with this woman's husband. Um, I'm not gonna reach out to her. Call me picky or whatever, but I'm trying my best to just like maximize my efforts here. And here's a for sale by owner. Should I give them a call? What do you think? See how long it's been on Redfin. 219 days. 3-1. Um, Yo, let's get it. Realtors know all the buyers. Fix, flip, buy, and hold, and hedge funds. Yeah, exactly. How many realtors popped up? I searched by zip code, and the only parameters that I have is house that was built sometime before 1960 and anywhere between 1,000 to 2,250 square feet, and that gives me 34 homes. Um, I've reached out to a lot of these aren't flip projects, so I'm not reaching out, but reached out to six, sent off emails to four or five of them. Let's see. As is, seller does not make repairs, investors special. Let's see how looks kind of nice. It doesn't look to be in. Oh, never mind. God, they'll choose the best pictures to display it. So that one's not it. It looked like the next one. How many realtors popped up? Yes, sir. Give them a. No, I wasn't even gonna waste my time with that guy, JLab. To be quite honest, I never called for sale by owners, but if that may be a play, but I would have to like skip trace him and all that good stuff, or just reach out through the channels in which he's receiving offers. Maybe his phone number is on there. I don't know, but I'm not gonna spend time on that right now. Great location. Hell yeah, what's going on, Peter? Call it, says Stefan. You guys really want me to call it, huh? Bad, not bad. If anything, we can always extend the search to 2 miles out or so. Yeah, yeah. I'm not really stressing about it. To be honest, once we get that other stuff figured out, Jared, it seems like it'll be quite attractive. I'm really not stressing about finding a buyer on this one. I think it's just going to be a matter of when, not if. The fact that that guy called and offered 140, he really thought he was lowballing me too, which led me to believe that he had room to go up. And the way he was talking was like, oh, and you're probably not gonna like it. It's way under your asking price. I'm asking 175 on this. Again, we have it under contract for 120. So he came in thinking that he was lowballing, and he offered 140. But I do think that's probably where a lot of people are going to come in. I think we could probably get 150 out of it though, just to kind of. Uh, uh, Here we go. Perfect opportunity to own a well-maintained home. Um, Being sold as is. So this isn't another flip. It's really a nice property, but it's not a flip. And that's not to say that these people don't have investor clients, but I'm trying to go straight to the source here. I'm trying to find somebody who has a flip project on the market right now. Here's one that I may have even. Oh, I was gonna say I may have even used it as a comp. So here we go. Let's see. This one's empty, nice, cute, renovated bungalow. Per seller, newly renovated kitchen, new flooring, appliances, yada yada yada. I'm going to then grab the listing agent's name and license number, pop it in Google, pull them up on HAR, and show phone. Give her a call. Audra is her name.
Hi, this is Audra Diggs with Ivy Partners. Leave me a message or send me a text. Thank you. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Audra. My name is Derek. I was calling about a listing of yours that I came across over on Nayland Street, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm actually under contract myself with a homeowner in the area in that same zip code there, 77022. And I was looking to assign my interest in that contract to an end buyer. So I wanted to reach out once I came across this listing of yours to see if possibly your client who did this flip project is looking for another opportunity, or if you happen to have any other investor clients that are looking for their next project. If so, and there's any interest, I can send over an email with the property details and additional pictures as well. Feel free to get back to me. This is my direct line. In case it didn't come up on caller ID, it's 832. Talk to you soon. Uh-huh. Take note. I'm just writing down the person's name, the address, and what I did. Left voicemail in this case. Again, just wanting to make sure that I don't call the same people or, and give myself an opportunity to round back with the people who I left voicemails to or I hadn't heard back from. For sure, that sounds reasonable. These buyers trying to squeeze out as much profit just like us. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 10 people in the chat. I don't know if I've ever had that many people. I appreciate you guys for hopping in here. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. I appreciate you guys. All right, next. So that one's actually pending too. Now we're getting down to the pendings, which is, I think, even better because the person is getting ready to get paid on this project and likely wanting to reinvest those profits. Beautiful craftsman style home, new roof, new plumbing, new everything. Again, just making sure because like this one, the siding is kind of peeling. It looks like it could use an exterior paint job. but everything on the inside is brand new. So they probably just cut corners a little bit. Yeah, the garage is like a little busted, but it's a flip project nonetheless. So I'm going to. Oh, I've actually talked with this guy. Um, so I had a phone call with this gentleman. Had a phone call with this gentleman on the last deal that I was trying to dispo. I had a really good conversation with the guy actually, and I've already reached out to him on this property, so I'm not going to in this case. Thanks for the free game, bro. Of course, Pete. What? Of course. So I'm going to take this one down as well because again, I've already reached out to him, sent him an email, shot him a text, all that good stuff. Another one pending. Fully renovated. Sounds good. Pop it into Google. Add the pictures one more time. Yep. Brand new everything. Huge. Dude, what the hell? Whoa. I think it has a basement. Or it has like a back work shed. Big though. Detached garage. Fits up to 4 cars. Yeah, it looks like it. 100% remodeled with all new framing. All right, cool. Was on market for a month before it went under contract, and now it is pending. Pull him up on HAR. Show his phone. Hello? Hi, is this Conrad?
Hello?
Hello, is this Conrad?
Yes, it's him. How may I help you?
Hey, how's it going? My name is Derek. We've never spoken before, but I came across a listing of yours over on Nayland Street.
Uh-huh.
So I'm actually under contract myself with a homeowner in the area in that same zip code, and I'm looking to assign my interest to an end buyer. So I wanted to reach out once I came across this listing to see if possibly this client of yours is looking for another project.
Selling your house, how much?
I'm sorry?
Are you wholesaling your house? How much?
Correct. Yeah, we're asking 175.
How many square feet are we still on?
So it's a 1300. It's like a little over 1300 square feet. Get you the lot information. 1 second. The lot is 4,000 square feet. It's kind of an interesting one, though. He has unpermitted additions on the back of the house, 2 1-bed, 1-bath units that, again, was unpermitted. So that's, the 1334 square
Do you
feet
know
is
how I paid
excluded.
for the other two houses? Do you know how much I paid for both 315 and 317?
I'm sorry?
I bought both of them for 250.
I'm not following what
Two
you're saying.
houses, 250, 115 and 117 for 250. That's what I paid for two of them.
Okay, so there's no interest on this one.
3 houses and I split them with not for 175. No way.
Gotcha. Where would you be, out of curiosity?
Well, I paid 125 for that one. So was it 30% over?
Yeah.
Needs to be lower.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the feedback. It doesn't sound like we'll make some work on this one, but if I ever come across another opportunity, are you a buyer yourself?
Yes, but not in this area. It needs to be Piney Point, River Oaks, or Spring Branch.
Spring Branch, Piney Oaks. Okay.
Piney Point.
Piney Point.
7024.
And then Spring Branch. And what was the other area that you like?
River Oaks.
River Oaks. Got it. Okay. And this is the best number for you?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, it is.
All right. Appreciate your time. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, that guy, he's a buyer himself. You know what I mean? And he was more interested in putting me down on the offer as opposed to actually checking it out. He's saying again, he's coming in at 125, which is higher than what we have it under contract for. But to be honest, I don't want to work with a guy like that. He's just kind of rude and arrogant, and that's not me taking it personally. That's an objective. That's an objective finding right there. What's going on? Yeah. So I'm sorry.
I'm trying to plan my day.
5 is when I plan on getting out of here.
It's like you're gonna get up and shower and stuff.
In like 20 minutes.
Is it 5 or 5:30? Like I'm
5.
Sure.
He was pretty rude. Hell yeah, yeah. I'm just not. Again, I was. It's not me whining or taking it personally. It's just like a fact. He was rude um, and he didn't like care to explain himself either. I don't know if you guys got that. He was like 250 for both houses, 2 houses. It's like, what? I'm not really following. And he was like, I paid 250 for 2 houses. So, it's like, whatever. Not all houses are the same, you know? So, yeah, you got a smoking deal on those properties. Congratulations. Do you want something from me? Or, or do you want to talk numbers? Do you want to buy another property or not? You know? And to me personally, I don't know how anybody like him gets business done. I don't know how anybody, I truly don't know how he buys properties from anybody other than from like suckers who don't really care how they're treated. But I don't want to do business with anybody who's going to treat me like that, to be quite honest. And that's not me being like stubborn. That's just, I got into this to dictate everything about my business, when I do business, where I do business, how I do business. And if I wanted to put up with rude people, I would just go work for somebody else. It's like part of the reason why I want to work for myself so that I can dictate who it is that I do business with and have the ability to hang up on people, have the ability to pick and choose and say, you know what, we don't have to do business. I got other people, you know, is here. He just doesn't seem very serious. It leads me to believe that he's not very serious. He's down to like pull the trigger on something if you know what? I bet he has a bunch of cash buyer employees under him. He has people who don't know any better who are just bringing him dirt cheap opportunities, and that's what he's relying on. Which is cool. To each his own. If I was in his position, I'd do the same thing. Facts. Big facts. All right, here's another one. I want to take that guy down though, just again for the sake of uh, never calling him again. And I even tried to like position it like, okay, this one doesn't work. What does work for you? And he was just being rude. And I think that also kind of comes into play with just the stigma that wholesaling has in general. Um, he hears that I'm trying to assign a contract, and he automatically probably jumps to the conclusion that I am inexperienced, don't know what I'm doing, and then he puts himself on a pedestal and takes the high ground and is like, I'm way better than this guy. I'm gonna be rude to him, and but had he known that he was robbing the plug, can't rob the plug. You'll come up one time real quick, but who knows? What's the word? What's the Fredo Santana line? Rob the plug. Who knows how many packs he sold? Who knows how many properties that I have for him? Had he not been rude, and obviously I don't, but had he not been rude, and I was like, well, what areas do you like to buy in? And he was like, oh, Spring Branch, and I could have easily been like, okay, I have one in Spring Branch for you right now. Like, let me send it over. Oh, 125 is where you're gonna be? Okay, perfect. I have one at 90. Like to me, people like him, he just closes off any future opportunity for himself, and he's gonna continue to work for the for and with the same people for the rest of his life, unless somebody does something for him. Somebody needs to it needs to lean in his favor. He's not a go giver. He's a taker. And now that's the last thing that I'm going to say about this guy. On to the next. Adjacent lot for sale by same owner. I just want to know if this is a flip. I can't really tell. It looks. Let's give her a call and see. Kind of looks like a tool too. All right. I'm done. I'm done. Not gonna let him phase me.
Hi, you've reached Rachel Marie Shank with Sky Real Estate. Please leave a message and I will get back to you at my earliest availability. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Hey, Rachel. My name is Derek. I came across a listing of yours over on, I believe it's Johnston Street. That it looks pending right now. I'm actually under contract with a homeowner in the area in that same zip code, 77022. And I'm looking to assign my interest in that contract to an end buyer. So came across this listing and figured I'd reach out to see if this client of yours specifically was looking for his or her next project, or if you had any other investor clients that may be looking for the next opportunity. I'd love to send it your way to pass along to those clients of yours. If there is any interest, please feel free to get back to me. This is my direct line. In case it didn't pop up on caller ID, it's 832. Talk to you soon. You cannot rob the plug. I'm saying, Drew. You know what I mean? Like, you hit it. It's a quick lick, but who knows? Who knows how many packs you sold? You could have set yourself up some right. So that's, I'll say left voicemail. Next, not a flip. Next, this one is a flip, and I'm kind of, I've looked at this one. It's selling for, it's like pretty similar to our property here, but it's like really, I don't know why it's selling for so dirt cheap, and it's been on Redfin for almost 6 months, a little over 6 months. I don't know if I've ever spoken with this gentleman before. Possibly. Finding it kind of difficult to get his number right now. It's not popping up as easy as the others.
Hello, Jared.
Hey, Jared, how's it going? My name is Derek.
Hey, all right, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I Came across a listing of yours over on East 35th Street out in Houston.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm actually myself under contract with a homeowner right around the block on 36th, and I'm looking to assign my interest to an end buyer. So came across your listing here, wanted to reach out to see if this client of yours or possibly any other investor clients that you may have are looking for any other opportunity or their next project.
Interesting. Um, how would that work if I was to find someone?
Yeah, in terms of I guess you getting paid, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yes, I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
understand you got it under contract.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what you can do, what I tend to do is when I send it off, and if you are interested in taking a peek, you can take a look at the email that I'll send off to you. I have an asking price there. It is negotiable, and then I just kind of include in parentheses that realtors should add their fee on top. So, if it's something where you want to collect whatever it is above and beyond that me and you agree to, then that's something that you can pass along to your investors. Some realtors that I've worked with in the past kind of defer their earnings, knowing that they're going to or that they already have a kind of an exclusive listing agreement with the investor themselves, so they're comfortable and confident that they will get the listing on the back end. But it's really however you want to do it, however creative you want to set it up for yourself. It's nothing that I would necessarily want to take a part in. Rather, just kind of pass along the
Sure.
opportunity to see if you know somebody.
Got it. Okay, so you send me an email and you'll let me know what you're trying to get forward, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What's the best email for you? Okay. Uh-huh. Perfect. Okay. All right. Perfect. I appreciate you taking the call. I'll shoot you an email right when we get off the phone right now. Yeah, take a look. There's a link in there with extra pictures. Um, it's a little unique. The guy has some unpermitted additions that he made to the back of the house. So, just let me know what you're thinking or what kind of feedback you get from your clients there.
Okay, awesome. Understand.
All right. I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks.
Talk soon. So yeah, he wasn't really familiar. Kind of had to do a little education there, and I really didn't want to like talk out of turn, and tell him how he should be getting paid on it. Rather, I just wanted to kind of, like, if you heard me towards the end, I was kind of just saying, hey, look, however you want to get paid, you can get paid however you want, but this is what we're going to be expecting. Sent that off to him. Follow up with a text saying, uh, nice speaking with you, Jarrett. I just sent that email over. It should be coming from this company name. Take a look and let me know what you think. Although I just got an email back, delivery incomplete. That was to somebody else, so it's all good. All right. I'm gonna hop on, call a few more people, take note of this gentleman. Uh, Send email. This one's right around the block, literally. This one's right around the block as well. This one's just land, though, so I'm not going to give this person a call. And that was all that was for sale. I'm going to switch to sold within the last year. Houses, same thing. Houses that are I'll say like max. I'll even go upwards of like 1970. Sold within the last year that meets these parameters. That gives me 66. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to remove the outline here, and I'm actually going to draw where I want, because now that I've gotten some feedback from these realtors, I don't know if I called this woman on stream or off. I can't remember now, but she was like, how close is it to the 610? Um, I think it was off stream. This realtor was like, yeah, I can pass it along to this client who's selling his flip, but I really don't think that he's going to be interested because it's this property right here has been a hassle trying to get sold. So maybe if it's closer to the 610 and further away from Cross Timbers, which is the next main road that's like a mile or two north from the 610, then she's like, maybe. So that's kind of just a little bit of feedback. So I'm going to stay under Cross Timbers. I don't want to go above north of Cross Timbers. So I just drew a line there. That gives me 49 homes that were, again, sold within the last year. And now what I'm doing is I'm looking for as is properties. So the properties that the realtors help the investor client purchase, if it was even an investor, you know what I mean? So like this one, the first one's as is. Um, Great investment opportunity. This gentleman. Yeah, what's up? All right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Request callback. No, I just want to get in contact with the guy. Oh no. I almost messed that up. Good thing I caught that. So this gentleman is who listed it. I don't want the person listing these as is homes. I want, oh, there you go. And it's the same guy. The same guy who I said that I already connected with. He does a lot of, now that I'm really in the weeds here, I can tell that he does a lot of he's in the mix. His investor clients are definitely purchasing. So I'm gonna for sure round back with him if I don't hear back from him sometime soon. Just popping through these pictures, trying to determine which are selling for lot value. Rare find 3 lots with. Trying to find properties that are just sold as is. This one. Great opportunity for anyone who wants to build sweat equity. This property offers a great value for anyone who's applying some labor. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Antonello, Mr. Antonello, Miss Antonello is what I'll refer to her as. So I don't know if a family ended up buying this or an investor. So here she is. I will reach out and find out.
Hi, you reached Julie with Incareta Group. Sorry that I couldn't answer your call. Please give me a call back to this number or send me a text, and I'll be getting back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a nice day. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Julie, my name is Derek. I wanted to reach out. I came across a listing over on Westfield Street that it looks like you may have represented the buyer on. I can see the property went in as is condition. I have a contract myself with a homeowner in the area in that same zip code, and I was actually looking to assign my interest in that contract to an end buyer. So I wanted to reach out to see if possibly the person who you represented on this one was an investor client of yours. If not, I wanted to just reach out to see if you had any investor clients that you may be willing to pass the opportunity along to in case they're looking for their next project. Again, my name is Derek. If there is any interest, I can go ahead and send over an email. You can reach back out to me through telephone. This is my direct line. In case it didn't pop up on caller ID, the number is 832. See you soon. All right. I had somebody text me while I was on the phone. Hi, how may I help you? Oh, I think that was her. She texted me before I even left the voicemail. Hey there. I just left you a voicemail, period. I saw that you represented a buyer on a listing over on Westfield Street that closed the other week, period. I'm looking to assign my interests in a contract that I have with a homeowner in the area, comma, and I wanted to see if you potentially had any investor clients that were looking for their next project. Now she's calling me back. Hello?
Hi, is this Derek?
Yes, it is. Is this Julie?
Hi, Derek. This is Julie. I was just calling you. I was just hearing your voicemail, and I got really interested.
You said you're not interested? Or
No,
you?
I got really
Oh,
interested, actually.
okay, perfect. Yeah. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing. So yeah, I'd come across this listing over on Westfield Street. It looks like it closed just the other week.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
and yes, it was one of my investors' deal.
perfect.
So,
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm really interested in that area. Actually, um, the same buyer might be interested.
yeah.
He's really interested in that area, actually.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's same zip code. What I can do, I think it'll probably be easiest. I can send you an email with all of the property details. What we're asking, and it'll have a link with some more pictures as well for you and your client to check out. And I'd love to try to make something work.
Yeah, absolutely. Send it over.
All right, perfect. What's the best email for you? Uh huh. Yeah, if you it may be easier if you want to just text it to me when we get off the phone here. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. And so that I know, did I pronounce your name right? Do you go by Julie or is it?
Is it a unit? Because it's so difficult my regular way.
Yeah. I know there's an accent involved. I just want to make sure. I don't want to, disrespect by any means. So Julie, it is. I'll be on the lookout for the text once we get off the phone, and I'll send it over to you right now.
Okay, perfect. And by any chance, do you have other deals in the area that you might be interested in selling?
I have one that I'm referring to right now.
Or different area, whatever.
Yeah, so I have the one that I'm referring to now in 77022, and then I have one other in 77011. So I can send you both. Once you send me your email, I can send you both of them to check out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Perfect. I appreciate you getting back to me.
Alrighty, thank you.
All
And
right,
thank
we'll
you
talk
for
soon.
contacting me.
Absolutely. Quality phone call. I'm gonna say I'm gonna wait for her email before I say that I emailed her. Get that bread, brother, says Chris. You know, you know. That was a good one. That was a good phone call right there. She's excited. I actually see on HAR her mentor says my mentor. So I'm familiar with. It's pretty. Look, this isn't gonna be a tangent. This is gonna be me saying. It's gonna be me patting myself on the back for getting in the weeds, in the thick of things here, because now I can tell who the players are in the market. I can tell by going to these listings that sold as is, by going to the listings that were flips. You can tell there's like 4 to 5 brokerages that handle all of these investment properties. So I was going to say that because she says that her mentor, her name is, it says that her mentor's name here, and this woman who's her mentor, I've actually spoken to regarding other properties. So it's pretty evident, and it's the same brokerage. It's very pretty evident that just a handful of brokerages are dominating the investment space, at least in these zip codes that I've been driving for dollars in. And I'll show you that. This is the areas I'm driving for dollars in. So and it's just a coincidence that Jared and Rana ended up getting this one locked up in an area where I drove for dollars. He was actually on my driving for dollars list. Funny enough, I had just never been successfully been able to get a hold of him. But yeah, you can tell that at least in this pocket here, in these few zip codes, that there's just a select few people that dominate it. You're in your zone. I'm saying, Chris, I'm trying to get in my bag right now. I just finished this book, The Power of Habit. Highly recommend. I read like half of it years ago, but I picked it back up. Well, I haven't finished. I'm at the appendix. I haven't decided if I'm going to read it or not, but recommend for anybody looking for a new book. Yeah, hell yeah. He was hard to get a hold of at first. Had to call early in the morning. Yeah, exactly. And that goes to show you that was a learning lesson for me that I shouldn't be giving up on these properties, especially the driving for dollars properties. Because what Jared said, I believe, on this one was that he got a hold of the seller, and the seller had communicated that people are always bombarding him, but he had just recently decided, yeah, I want to sell. So it was a timing thing, like it always is for wholesaling. But Jared and Rana happened to be there at the perfect time, so that was a learning lesson for me, and it led me to believe, hey, I shouldn't be like, especially when it comes to the driving for dollars list, calling it 3, 4, or 5 times and saying, okay, I got a hold of everybody gonna get a hold of. Those are the type of lists that I need to be constantly and forever marketing to, right? So what I'm gonna do now is send her. This guy, by the way, got back to me saying, "Hey, Derek, there's a lot of work there, at least 100K, and it's small. We could offer around 100K. It's too far, I think, but thanks anyways. If you send me something with good numbers, I'll get it." Click. Don't give me that shit. Give me that shit. Hey, Derek. Hey, Nadia. We're interested with what you have in Houston. Can you send it over to? Sure. Sending over now. I'm getting ready to send off 2 emails. First one I want to send off is to Julie here. It's her name is Juliana, but it's like you can tell that it's a thick accent. You know what I mean? Like that's how you say it in her native tongue. You could tell that um, she's not saying Julie. It's spelled Guillina. So I made sure I wanted to make sure to ask her because I don't want to disrespect her. That's like the worst, I think, when people try to call you by your name and they're saying it incorrectly. Sent it off. I'm going to say Perfect. Just sent it your way. Take a look and let me know what you think. Received. We'll take a look and let you know if we have any interest. Sounds good. And then I want to please let me know if you already sent it. And also I'd like to ask your email address. Chill. Too much. It's leading me to kind of do a little bit more due diligence on this person. They have a domain. It's a property group. A lot of mutual friends seem to be in the industry. I have a huge I'm looking for deals. I have a huge network. Attention wholesalers. I have a huge network of buyers, wholesalers. I'm looking for inventory for my active cash buyers list. So I'm not going to send it to this person. Or rather, I'll ask. Just to be sure, are you looking to acquire this deal for yourself? Or do you plan to share it with your list of buyers? I'm not trying to get this thing daisy chained. All right, I gotta get going. I gotta skedaddle. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I plan on doing this all day tomorrow, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. What my kind of routine is: bump my Facebook group posts so that they get thrown to the top of the timeline. Um, repost to Craigslist. I'll probably do that before I head out. Um, repost to Facebook Marketplace. Round back with everybody who I spoke with yesterday to see if they got a chance to check it out. And then tomorrow I'm going to continue calling realtors. And yeah, so appreciate you guys for hopping on here. Love all you guys. Do me a favor, check out the links in the description and hit that like and subscribe button before you leave if you haven't already. I still got a goal of 250 before the end of this month. I will likely have to start reaching out to we are direct buyers on some deals, but anything that we don't take on, we will pass through our network of investors. Sounds like an excuse to me. But yeah, I still got a goal of 250 before the end of this month, which is the end of Q1. I will likely have to start shopping it around to friends and family to be able to run the subscribers up. But I'm trying to do as much as I can before I have to do that to see how far I can get. Hopefully, I can get to like 200 or something like that. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Happy wholesaling and good luck to you and everything else that you got going on in your lives. See ya.